Abustafara mo akwaba baby a obi a Ghana for more Nigeria more share betumi send the messages abra ye di nkomo ani enhwe mood no said the etie elho because what we are watching na the follow social media no worrying kakra has attention about elho with some even calling say by elections no yentwemo na yensan ento no foforo and as we speak now enche ebiana declaration no etumi aba if that happens if we break into nkomo ayedi na yafa live declaration no na yede amano wo nipa wetumi edi nkunim but there are a lot of lessons you betumi asua free the course of Nigeria reason is said you be see Nigeria no ya na ewo insunsanso ewo Ghana so whether you take it or you don't Ghana for pi no abu nketemu Nigeria and omko say Nigeria for no so ahase about Ghana pa and they tell us Ghana ede and into say bibia si wo ho don't forget say omunya ba begu Ghana ha and into nkomo a say yedi yebedi ho nkomo and then other issues and the fact say Sabri Obi oye popular share on the social media we nene youth na nkasa dia ono na olidi pa ewo popularity mu no say ankwama no na said the results no eba no ekoko wie sa what will that mean a lot of implications of why and ibedi ho enkomo Farouk Al-Wahab international diplomatic consultant ono ena ye neba bedi sa enkomo Aja ha emakwaba.
Yes, master Kuyandu.
I think she happens.
I think come here.
Nyempombo kwa de.
We can't complain.
Nigeria, me sure say na me chere say wo twaka Ghana de be si Nigeria. I say elephant ni bi ho. I say
NNPP.
No, NNPP but mo abo elephant or represent.
I say African there. Yeah, symbols in a nema kata cross.
Oh, okay. Chiniye na minhu. Okay, mo chiniye nso ho. Atiku nso use chiniye.
Different.
Ena obi na use say mama ne papa ne baby. Mama pikin baby. All right. Mama share omo dynamics and what has changed with the air course so till and anopa 11 no moka say o mbe share we say na kwata omatumi declare no mu to court 12 the bar 2 ewe 3:30 no kra na che say twekosa
on declare and cran chebia late in the night
watching from afar what do you see?
Well, let me see say I'm check me can check for me say me ba program so check that is how it is. Africa, Nigeria, supposed to be the police of Africa, to say the United States of America, or a police of the world. Africa continent has not got a leader in terms of a country who leaded a continent. The only time Nigeria taking a position as a real leader in terms of leadership and then moving West Africa at the time, in the 90s, Nigeria, war, for the Sanko, Sierra Leone war, Ecomog, and Nigeria said no, they will not sit down. Emma Sani Manen Koso, so supported then by Ghana and His Excellency the late President Jerry. Then they put themselves together and move into Nigeria. A brandy, a military wing called the Ecomog. First, no medical called Liberia, and Omoba, Sierra Leone, Diano, stop all the atrocities that was going on in the hands of Fode Sanko. And if you look at it in terms of population, it is not true that Nigeria is 178 million. And it is not true that Nigeria is 200 million. And then it is not true that Nigeria is 250 million. Nigeria is over 300 million populated nation. Okay. Agreeable or not, but the reality of Nigeria, they know say that country is populated over 300 million. Now, world over, bigger population is money, plus minus. If not anything at all, commercial activities, buying and selling or trading activities gives any country or population it is not disadvantaged. India, the population, China, United States, and then other countries, Brazil, population abroad. So it is not true say country in population so it can be create a problem. It is rather in Nigeria for an intimate issue that population advantage. Coupled with the fact say this is a country almost about 56, 57, almost about 60% of the Nigerian population are youth.
Okay. And
they are not just ordinary youth. They have more graduates than any other country on the African continent. What does it mean? It means that the average Nigerian student, 5 out of every Nigerian when you're high school university, looking at even the difficulty of their universities flow to say Nigeria 4-year program for first degree now. Overcon be 6 years instead of 4. Overcon be 5 instead of 4. We are like an 4 plus be 8 months because of break be babem. And think a country be or ye well positioned and now posited in a way say as we take Africa on a storm, making Africa so kasa koda as utimida. Utimima countries be to say Ghana. Yetim kaya nutum. Ewa mra ya swaya din ewa niyama biyo. To say the United States. United States was shutting UK down there. When the British even though they are the most bodies allies. When the world was fighting 45, America, they stopped and said, come on, Oya, New York. America till today, yes, I don't agree with them on some of their policies, but just simply that will benefit America. But then, as antiphonisi, if you be on a penny, so United States stepped forward to lead the world. So, because it's the most richest nation, it is not true say America is the most richest nation. Because there are countries who have account balance, and I say liquid cash in the America. But on no country or say no, who's catch will be. Do you understand me? Your communist Russia almost volumes of money, but Americans say most catch. Mina me war a two kase. Men two maybe Timmy to me there. Men you with Timmy away there. One would have expected Nigeria to be like that. Unfortunately, they've been worried somehow by colonial masters at UK. Even though English colonized countries in or African continent, because of dynamics your leaders in your colonized masters in the Mayan. Now Nanka the world emerging markets country bia Nanka is your hunu to say the Turkey IECC. Nanki hunu years back to say the Korea why a poor country and will be do baby or do. Japan had gone through turmoils in the hands of China and then America. But utimi ebe sorry ebe do build a model of a country, a model of economy, and then also utima many citizen and yeah Nigeria among are respected in the world. Unfortunately, when Nigeria wanted to step and as nearly got to that height, then the same Western, no other country than the United Kingdom, our Nigerian colonial masters, they dip into the Nigerian politics somehow. Then they confused Nigeria through their consultants, and Nigeria also bought into the idea that Africans now eba mukrom holo, i.e. especially Ghana, omodos mama nkwa ubenya problem. So it was then the Shegu Shagari's regime in 81 was the Nigerian naira was higher than American dollars, was stronger than British pounds. Because South Africans are kogu ho bia su kokromo ye adwuma because nyane ma me pass no koda. So when Cameroonians, Ghanaians, Beninois, Ivorians, from Mali, the whole West Africa, and for that matter almost the whole African continent except the North African belts, obia Nigeria na no bia akoye adwuma. Predominantly ECOWAS states in there, almost every country was virtually emptied. The story is not different from Ghana. Do you understand? Ghana ebe nya kwan akọ Germany, ebe nya kwan akọ Canada, ebe nya kwan akọ America ne den across board. Ghana for women today, yes for each one of them owes about 97% will be a root of the richness. And now a country started from no other country than Nigeria. What does it tell you? It tells you say they made up people, but when Shagari introduced the mass deportation, it was an advice from British consultants and or the child because at that time Rawlings had been branded fugitive by the then Margaret Thatcher and then Ronald Reagan. So and they said Nimko Fabigo dia Mamin trigger action to send them back. And Nigeria force went pamu that brought the Nigeria economy at that time on its crippling knees. And it was started so crippling and no military agitations started here. Even though now Omanye coup not more longer than 6 years after the independence, and almost started experience it to say the 8 years or so after the independence. But from 81, from Shagari, Obasanjo almost started say almost yes adian. Almost benya consistent military regime until it came to halt. The same Obasanjo and Obe started here multi-party democracy. What does it mean? It means that there were a lot of things that Obasanjo fee said na military but of course he's part of Nigerians' problems because no one see a military nibi. And the time now or no part multi-party democracy with the PDP or no be established here. Of course, the old Nigeria political elite and including Babangida Munina and Omusaya the Ekoho. So it became a party of about 4 former presidents. No Munina Egum, Abdul Salam near Dadina, Omina no Mugu, Sa party. And Babao Ebinya Kwabe called 8 years, 4-4. But of course, when what he did was that they tried, say, what I'll give him the credit, a military, Omuma military near day, OKG military, Ama Omu Lucy interest in coup d'etat, and Tino Timli Cha, the 8 years in New Year. O try 8 years in New Year, and what the man advice Yaradua. Yaradua channel, unfortunately, when we and I used to say then, good luck. I know so you have Yaradua and advice on so better also. And the Koba said, a Obasanjo channel 8. Yaradua call almost 4, 2 or 3 or so. And we used to call 4 back until 16 years of PDP. It created a kind of a shift of wealth on one side. And if you want to make money, then you have to be part of that side. Because oil, to almost step forward. So change the narrations of Obasanjo and the PDP and any Bolaji Tinubu. They said no. Obasanjo, no, we can't do that. What they said. At that time, it was the grandfather, commander-in-chief, still of PDP. Time no son, now Yaradua, he was still detecting. And it's all watching here. Throughout the regime of Obasanjo 8 years. It went also with the Tinubu Bolaji Jagaban. One also for 8 years. 2 terms governor of Lagos State. Obasanjo released Shishi of Lagos State budget and farmer. Every state has the budget that the state gives the government, the federal government, federal capital from Abuja. Release one fa 2 terms. I would do Wama Bolaji Tinubu Wamano $1. So Tinubu mobilized the internally generated fund or the year Lagos State, and indeed he was one of the successful. Why radical sometimes, but no any choice than what he did at the time. Okay. And or the year. So he and Omi Amagin said no. Sao Obasanjo will say no. We can't let him have his way. And the Senate chair there, as he established him, a defect from PDP. Yes, you a party that led to the establishment of the APC. All People's Congress. So the genesis of APC was established by Tinubu. And at that time, they were looking for a figure. Because Tinubu, if I had contested, say, or standing presidential candidature of that party, Obasanjo, a crash. So he stepped back. So we have to look for somebody on where presidential material, what they are saying. Or yeah, also Nigeria for any fault to be on home. In the name of Muhammad Buhari. Because John Buhari's regime in the 80s, Buhari ne Major General Idi Agbon and the choir, we was also from Lagos State. And Idi Agbon was the radical military man who instilled what is called discipline in Nigerian society. One Buhari. So Nigerians across board, all the military regimes nearby, Buhari was the only person among the lot Nigerians feel comfortable or trust and say, why you basa basa. And indeed to today, Oman man say, Abacha sika ubiaye, IBB sika unyaye, Obasanjo sika unyaye, Oman man nyabi I say Buhari yese. And you know no Islamic halal. Why halal? Pure. Ompe basa basa. From Kasina. And you know, Omo ye APC no. Share Omo first headquarters, Omo office no, Federal Capital of Abuja. Na apartment and then your head office. So they needed a head office. And then they needed also an office in Lagos. Because na Tinubu and then the followers, Omo nyina you imagine say they will back APC, led more or less by Tinubu. So the swearing in and declaring your friend Buhari as a presidential candidate for APC to contest Goodluck, it was Tinubu fear no mkoye sadie. And it's Tinubu who pulled out his money and put say yamfa nkoye headquarters ewa Abuja because the apartment in Omusunenye. Then Amechi, who happens to be the transport minister today, who was also a PDP, our East, and also cross here at the coin Amechi in a building, glass house. Also, Sister Mesome de Bebois. But of course, in return, and we press conference said, now we have seen the light, and we all those PDP members or no Basanjo no man din year no. Omunina the defect here day, omu free PDP no, and omunina could form APC. And the APC no members never here strong. Uko Bibi deserve my good friend, Oji Sokalo. Or no Oji Sokalo no crown Abia State Governor. No your Basanjo, ne mami na your Basanjo girlfriend. But guy ne your governor Abia State no. Yes, Utitia and Yamaso Kakra. What they say? And then Obasanjo me echi no. E jail in 12 years. Me ko share no Niger State mina prisons. Prison no mkobu no. Ahona no Jesu Okaloda. And the party or no ankasa funding member or say senator. Say on the head of the Senate. O Jesu Okalo. Obasanjo me jail ne mami. And then Obasanjo boyfriend. The girlfriend no. Abrewano. And you shall say Kofi, excuse me to use this. Now Kofi Bia said be oh mami, a boyfriend your president. Now we your governor. And now we a minister or region be. Now Otima Yama, we a senator no amiacho. That is what happened. And the agitation and then the build up of the heat, every year more. Unfortunately for the PDP, because a friend is a good luck buyer. Not good luck or a fine gentleman. If yes, I know you too much involved with politics. And the other do also know that type. Non see too car, on see Islamic halal. The Naya real will be from the Eastern, obey a bit on ye giddy. No more calm the political space. And Wakoko far by Asa, a good luck, and what did buy one in a quiet elections. And to any good luck coil. And yara dua hodin na hodin no for no anyi and we film a good luck so be quiet. And the APC had a chance also said let us introduce somebody or power because a Tinubu ba anything Obasanjo would do. One will just so Carlo, any Amechi Sel Cruise. Any I am penny, and Omdi Buhari by. You're a general, I'm a general. So Buhari was very nice with Obasanjo, even after Obasanjo's overthrow. When Buhari was a head of state, they respected Obasanjo than Abacha and your friend is Babangida Ediyama Obasanjo. So Obasanjo had always respected Muhammad Buhari. So when he said Amimuno, no one any you or you clean. And what do happen? What happened? She saw no Obasanjo ne party. Na PDP, good luck. Any Buhari, a coalition. No Obasanjo, as I turn around. Even though on your episode, now why also Buhari. Elema Buhari winning landslide. APC, ni PDP, good luck, any Buhari. That was what happened. Obasanjo was one party or T and was endorse Buhari. Says Buhari no problem. What was he seeking to do? What was he was seeking to do? Is we're trying 8 years a year. Yara do abeko back half. And good luck abeto aso. Or 16. And it's a part in bed, no pobi or no be prepare no. Meanwhile, no, now on no Obasanjo Lankasa no, the vice president of the 2 years no, Atiku. But Obasanjo ama Atiku support. You didn't. Wama Atiku support. In the 2019 no, and Atiku na also firm and the PDP no, or winning woman primaries, or winning PDP primaries no. Who was Atiku, the vice president? Atiku presidential, vice presidential 28, candidate for 2019. Okofa Peter Obi we. Obi na ya Atiku the vice president. What are they say? Because no Obi.
May read the dynamics in
na Obi also what PDP.
Okay.
As a young man. And Okofa. And on any contest here or man ye inti. It will be today, the boss any Atiku. Atiku na den ba political limelight. And to ma when the election, na Obi more party na all people presenting something Congress. I want to know Obi wo. And omunya eyi kakra problems kakra about the leadership. And to omu shares already no Babao Buhari at take place. Why the first a year we or court the second term no. Nature say, or non share or started say, or speak the words and the expectations of the youth. And to start here, PDP, in the APC, old political classes, so stay there. When we're talking about politics, you're talking about the internet. That's I know, internet politician. And to started the grassroots, stimulating the Nigerian youth against the old political system.
Yeah, Peter Obi.
Obi. And oye then we establish a labor. What do I say? Now, while we are where we are now, no, this is the first time in Nigerian political history. Yabenya third, first, second, and now 3 parties are representing the space of Nigeria in terms of tribal settings. Again, that is the first time in Nigerian political history. I have been 3 presidential candidates are representing the airspace, the territorial grounds, 4 corners of Nigeria, which is the western south or southwest or the western south, and Tinubu, who actually is contesting for APC. The eastern side, from Anambra, Ababinya, Peter Obi, to cover the Igbo land. And Atiku from the north. Do you understand? And let me tell you something. Tinubu, time now, Buhari ebe presidential candidate for APC for the first time. Our party no mtiyen.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened was that now onu Tinubu feel say onu nisika or you bigger in terms of financial might, strength, a chain Buhari. So he Tinubu will not even involve himself, say, or be vice presidential candidate for Buhari. Obasanjo ebesa crashing. And then he Tinubu used a term say Onuru Bolaji a Muslim, Jagaban a Muslim, Buhari a Muslim. And the two Muslims cannot be a party, one party to contest for Nigerian general election. It was the post side and Prof. Osibanjo. Osibanjo then was Tinubu, the administrator. For Nigeria, home politics in a funny home. Yeah, then the crazy politics, yeah, they're totally crazy politics. But when you come to the local politics of the Nigeria, because the country in this and to the local government size in this governorship in this senatorial in this and they back down even to the assembly level to the unit now, and they're big because their budgets are big, so they don't joke with their politics. Now, only Yanadrin said, Menamati party and I'm sick and yet. And Timama vice presidential candidate, and Okofa Osibanjo, and Dinama Buhari. And Prof is a very fine gentleman. And to me, no, any Buhari, one Christian, one Muslim, which was fairly balanced, and I'm sailing through. Where does say Buhari, Emma Osibanjo that kind of a power? And unfortunately, in Africa, as you know it, it be Ghana, it be Nigeria, it be Babia, Togo, Babia. Vice presidents are not known. Vice President, do you have difficulties here? Vice presidents are not being given the flair and the platform for them to also establish, say, a bed. Please, if the line is not on well, you better do it before I start talking in the air. Are you okay? Throughout Obasanjo's your friends, Buhari's 8 years almost, which is coming to an end this month. Osibanjo was featured. But Washa, the man did not involve himself as a political figure. So surprisingly, exit of Buhari, then surprisingly, people who came out to contest the APC seat, one of them, Jack Rich, my very good friend, a young man of 42, 43 years, he was the one that knew himself, the first Nigerian indigenous oil refinery. Or no, no, be any. Or no, last 2 years, and even last 3 years, non Nigerian policy, Ukrainian draw. He declared his intentions. Or Koye commission and answer, or Koye declaration, Mikobi. You call Ileife Oni, that is the king of the Yoruba land, Nifi and Yokoye Sadian. Emir of Sokoto by, Emir of Kaduna by, PDP for, Omina PDP for, Onina Muti Hobi, Oni of Ileife. And Sana, Jack Rich. And that time, no behind him said PDP there, Jack Rich never. And she did Tinubu here, Tinubu stay back. And we may APC will be adding Hubum to almost start your primaries. You only as a headmaster, he said the headmaster is here. Or no Musubay. Then there is a guy, he's made money and he made Nigeria Tinubu. And he has made Nigerian boys money. Fashanu, Fashola, all those boys, Lagos State boys. He impacted them. And yeah, say guy will be no, or no be any no. He opened up for Lagos boys. And because the APC on one Kasanima made and an handcraft, ultimately for so Buhari, a man in the boys, fashion now, my fashion, those boys in on your day on your ministerial post in my home. Baby and uncle pay oil ministry, for instance. But so watch here. Buhari want to say Oko you know on an president and oil minister.
Buhari na
President of Republic of Nigeria and the Minister of Oil and Energy. Hey Buhari. What I say? Now I make a nyado pay. Tinubu. It was sure na man for ne yi omutino and obai. So somebody else had to say Osibanjo. We are vice president. Ufi Tinubu office. Then you can so contestable. Because if in terms of money now, won't know. Popularity won't know. Because onono Tinubu no, why never may be a one off. Only has a 490 as a Muslim or very liberal. It don't know me nice. And to one now, we free in the camp now, or do I vice president? At least, enka wonye kon contesting kra na nka gina nche and no throw in say also be contesting te be very difficult situation. Outgoing vice president contesting his master who made him the vice president. And then a man Tinubu free or step forward. So no be presidential candidate. Ejina Buhari didn't have any chance. Now let's look at the dynamics of the vice presidential. And he cannot pick Asubanju as the vice because no crowd there. Really, Emma Lagos State past governance and the boys in Omohono. L1 is Asubanju cry Emma Lagos because it's Tinubu who made him who he is. And as you say, no oil then or challenging. But things calm down. And no mere declaration or no year presidential candidate. At least we will find a way through Buhari and Momo Council. And Asubanju could get a political campaign plan for better cosmetic and papa. Now, the dynamics is that Tinubu APC, Lagosian or from Oshun or from West, Southwest, were a Muslim. So he needed somebody from the north to balance the north. And yes, our Lord Nesino, PDP no, more, and as I say, majority of the PDP no, north one because an old party. So he cleverly went out there to pick Obi from Maduguri, Bono State area, and Okofa Shetema, who was also in the Senate, and a very calm, popular man in Nigeria for respecting. As against any other person, because if you are from the West, now you're Muslim, you would have normally needed somebody, an Eastern, the Northern Christian. But here is the case in Nigerian North, no, unya Christian, and as unya Christian, how's that for an intomano? And Tinubu had no choice than to pick again Shetema, who was from Bono State, being a Muslim though, and then pitch up with him. And the PDP now is having a Muslim presidential candidate in the name of Jagaban, and then also a Muslim presidential vice presidential. That puts APC. Yeah. It puts APC in a very tight corner. I beg your pardon, I'm referring to APC, not PDP. Okay. It puts him in a very tight corner because the same say Asibanjo compare with Buhari because I be Muslim to Muslim no. How come by now you are presidential candidate no? After winning choice, because the whole Nigerian North, you can pick a Christian from the middle belt. Obenya bi Kogi, Obenya bi wo ebia moderate Kaduna side. Now call Kasina call your friend is saying Kanoni Sokoto. What they say? Echo Gongola, echo that kind of the eastern north near the Adena. Bunya Christian bia. And on your Christian na, or a moderate Christian crana and our hardliner untimi. And now you are doing say Uba Enugu side, Abe Febia, you are still in the west. The Catholics in the go. What they be abaka so Enugu ako pay Christian, and then Abe pay. But also so popularity no. Not to follow so. So Tinubu had no other choice as an APC presidential material to go and pick somebody also from the north. Now, no, you're kicked against your own destiny. So you're now APC there. Then Atiku, who had also been your friend said, a vice president for 8 years. Atiku, the Nigerian settings, he is also from the north. Into if you're not there, he can't go to the west because west Tinubu is stronger west. And just so couple be east, and indeed, Atiku had played with the east with Europe, Igbos more than any other Nigerian presidential candidate and Nigerian politician because in the free home. Okay. Aside that, you know, one ne omotama no customs no on the my Igbos nyeska. I'm talking about Atiku. Okay. And Atiku is very fine with Igbos. Into another so sure. Where is the part of Igbo land now? Obetimenya the heavyweights so aba senator governors near the adendan. And Okofa Ifeanyi Kuruwa, who is also a fine, unattached with troubles Nigerian politician. So Atiku has to divert and also go to the east. And here is the case. APC Tinubu wako north. Atiku is in the north. So he went to the east and picked Kuruwa. And on that page. Now you come to an Igbo. So this is the first time in Nigerian history Yenya Igbo presidential candidate, Yenya Yoruba presidential candidate, and Yenya North presidential candidate. All of them with strong, with equal energies. Because you know, Atiku I vice president, or one president da. Tinubu and president, one vice da. A vice presidential candidate, one president Ruby. So when he picked Ifeanyi from that side, you know, like I said, share west to north and then north to east. Ababeka Igbo land, which is Obi, Abayo at the center stage. So Obi Abayo center stage to Anambra. Anambra is a point I was started the Igbo land. Obeko Imo, Obeko Abia, and son Obeko Delta Mo, Bayasa Mo, Mfinfi Obi, and son I will call down. Obeko south. Wako south, we say south. Akwa Ibom State, Gabriel Diom. And now, no, what would he do? Only Obi, also had no other choice. Said Obi Susono, also call north. Because one team call east, and one team call west, and call Christian, but double Christian. So he also have to climb to the north. And Okokofa, Yusuf, Ahmed Baba, Dati Ahmed Baba Yusuf. And this guy, no, Ono na tese Nigeria, one of the biggest university, Basel University, Nigeria. Omu family, the educationist. Ne family no, I'm sorry to say, here be a woni nua wawu na ehia no. Wu dia na ehia. Ne papa wo makumaku 250. Ahmed Baba Dati. Ne papa was Nigerian also politician, and then a businessman and a lot of things, while holding Nigerian offices. So he was also looking for somebody. The youth would identify themselves with him as well. When he was 16, when he was 52. And he's an educationist and a very refined Muslim northerner. I will be anti somebody because the youth in him or university is bare 3. And Okofa Ahmed Baba Dati. And also then Bepe. And if you look at it, now share the dynamics now. Tinubu West, Tinubu Shatima North. Igbo land, Igbo presidential candidate, Northern Lababadati. And then Northern presidential candidate Atiku, Eastern vice presidential candidate Kuruwa Zianye. And a tight kind of a race. Tight kind of a race. So whether Buhari supports Tinubu is another matter. Because no presidential candidate and no president our sign Nigeria electoral bill that almost sign here election bill no almost sign it the only election but the election bill blueprint the election no be signing in the history of Nigeria. Obasanjo didn't do it. Said the person change niama said penny time bia. But the election bill propose here that sanitize, quote unquote. Say, you have a permanent voters card, PVC. Nanko obi anye. Atiku ni bab Obasanjo omanye. Buhari ye. And what does it mean? What it means is that Saturday way na way APC, NNPP, we na adin no enka here. Because electric verification system na America got a problem ba. Europe problems ba. But you share the country no and no political structure. And the mentality e be na Ghana change in wealth. What does it mean? It means that e be near there no presidents no mo ba. I'm sorry. So why may I now there's a public agitation there what the ATS are called. Now no musu de musuminya and munkodi near Semra. And a shift in wealth. Nigeria has the same thing. But Nigeria no PDP enya kwa 16 years. Enti wealth no APC for na ba no. Omu so ntiase. Se omu beje mako. Enti Buhari wo de was sign PVC, was sign the electoral bill now wo de tanchen. We take care of the rest. Obi anim Tinubu ne character. Why hard not? Wo hwe papa yi the age log or league or so 71 yeah.
A video we cry about all south.
Now I guy any the time now we lecture no my who man for say or so nya victory no. Sa time we declare no presidential you know a primaries no and or yes and why a guy and he has money. Because call Victoria Island baby or Tiwana onye easy. The only difficulty one would ask say with all Tinubu of Lagos State then a man it will lose you to Obi.
Yes.
The dynamics is that NSAS,
okay,
Nigeria for demonstration, they were looking at say Buhari government and an yes and no. But these were all political game. What does it mean? What it means is that at that time, no, now a APC government, which you Tinubu, you are the founder. Which Tinubu you are the your friend is saying bank ruler, but Lagos State allied for no hard boys no, Tinubu boys, but the trouble abania boom ye kuoma. They wanted Baba Bolaji Jagaman to come to their aid. If even Omasam near the crowd they were looting Krana, they would have expected him. So Obekasa, say Bia Buhari regime enya de oyen because you are part of the regime and okana no tumu and no free Lagos o tu kwa nti they see no na suma na chi nti they decided to punish APC not Tinubu per se because nobody expected say Tinubu be a presidential candidate or APC because the kaka say he is above the presidency. But Osibanjo nti na man bufu ya obaye. And so the Lagos State we share Lagos as in Lagos, Ikeja area, Ikrodu, Eko, any those places, you know. And yet the Victoria and the Banana and the hot there, why wouldn't met the cantonments of Accra. Over there, na APC, no, you okay. But who caught the deep insight to say Bibisa Ghana back in case of Ashaman or Doko Bubuashi. And then, you know, Santa Maria and Tiaku, those places now allow for no one. Almost your margin say, also the population, no. So, Unconia Fibia of Victoria la nipa 30 in them. But do bet mania equal do matter. Ubet mania a damn bakwan, allow for be 200 in them. A bit that bridge, I say. A Johnson a vote, you know. So all of them decided, say, Umbaya PVC no more vote. That explains why. The strength of Tinubu of all people, Lagos State, you know, Obi spoke to the youth because when Aniye Kumomono, it's Obi who went to Lagos State and helped them to demonstrate with them. Said Nigerian youth are suffering, they've suffered enough. And that is the love that they gave to Obi. And it was a contest between refined Nigerian politicians, millionaires, your friend is a middle class, and the Lekki phase 1, Lekki phase 2, Victoria Island, Bamana, and you know, those areas. Momo there, Mobama APC, because of the APC, Omo lineage with your friends at Tinubu. But a core, the dense populated area, no, then they said they will punish you. Coupled with the fact that Lagos State is not only for Lagosians. About 12 million populated city, no, Lagos State, no. A settlers. Yoruba for a one, a Igbo for a hono. Omi a more than Igbo for a Igbo land. Haza for a ho, a more than Ondo, Obia or Hobi.
I say crying.
Yes. And this is why watch here. The setting is not different. Accra, Oko, your friend is saying, Honorable Ayoko Kwabinya,
yeah.
The Kwabinya, a friend is a just a settlers. They don't care about Greater Accra when it comes to voting. It's not about big settlers. A lot of them are Akans. Meboa, Dansuman, Pat, they are Akans. Oba Cantomensa, a lot of them settlers. Airport, you don't have the control. In Tubenya, the Gan Coastal Line now, the Kolegono, Kolewoko, and Sadian. That is how the Nigerian system is. Into the settlers, no, since Abaya alaye bobo so boys no dos nyina no enyom nya na Lagosian but dodo na so settlers no ma be alaye aka Lagos ene Mushoro nchasa trotro drivers ne Olua sa boys Olua le 4 boys no. Omu nyina no decide say no way yentwema. And that gave Tinubu a big shock. So if you will lose any other place in Lagos State. Now, look at in terms of Omudiano, its percentages. 25% of every state out of the 30 states, 33 states or 36 now, you need about 25% on every state. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
It's not 50% plus 1. And Tiano Nasisi, Bear Asat, Anopano, and Endrano, Bear 23 states, Like I said, party a wetimanya 25 no APC. Now share interesting scenario and the dynamics. Atiku ni krom na obi akofa ho. Na obi Atiku susu a make gains obi ho. Na obi free Anambra across Aba Lagos State no ababaje. But the APC had been consistent with Buhari. And for that matter, whom said Nigerian youth in elections. Ebini eton wahano. But the only place a Nigerian youth here elections is the northern. Not necessarily there. As at 6 a.m. So omuno registration omu 2 million. Tisa Kanu. Se nipa 2 million register ya. Omu ba to 1.985. Oma man ebi adade no yare. Omu nyina di line so to. But Lagos State is like Accra. Lagos State is like Kumasi. Kumasi boys, they don't go into elections. Ghana students, Lagos, Juma Tech, Juma School of Love, they don't vote. But Nigeria Northerners, a Hono and a Ma, APC, Tinubu, Onishatima, Omatima, Apeke North. And one secret is that Shetima is from Borno State. Maduguri area. I want a Boko Haram. They disturb a lot. But because the man is not too much attached, so we need a Fibian in home. And they allow the people to vote. One incident even they see around Bauchi ho baby. Just one incident. And they see Bauchi. Akwa we say Kwankwaso. Rabiu Kwankwaso was our NNP Omayino. Another presidential candidate, the fourth party, no.
Okay.
Kwankwaso so no Bauchi.
Okay.
The Hona say Dede Kakrabaya Boko Fon Eko Harazi. But when you come to the western north, and even part of the eastern north, a problem they had a very peaceful elections. Now shocks a bit here. How this one is a bit PDP. Megas Atiku very good. Was out. Gabriel Oduom Oyo Akwa Ibom State. Ono Nananka Atiku, it was between him and then Ifianye Kurowa. And then I said Kwadimu ba vice president or Dima Kurowa because Gabriel Oduom is a little bit young. Though said he has been the best governor or winning best Nigerian governor for about 3-4 times. And you madam for me, I mean for the crazy Alajabu Buxen. Yaneno. They are very fine. He's a very gentleman. Not all of us were expecting say in Katikube fan, but unfortunately, over 5 years in Kuruwa, which is not too bad. He's also a very fine man. It will make it gains our South. So, but one would have expected say South in India and can say Obi Ekofahunina. Yeah. But when to mention sir, entire crisscross kind of elections.
O share map no now o share colors o mo dey represent parties na won say red no wa ha na tie beto ha na green na fa wa ha just say atotwa
election ne basa.
Yeah,
they didn't anticipate the strength of Obi.
Yeah,
now when nyina nya asuade ema the country Ghana enya asuade and who candidate in Madam for Kofi events Kofi Granting say utia one Joy, my President Joy.
Joy
independent.
Joy, so I didn't know. Joy, they say that.
Oh, Joy is strong.
Oh, Joy
is strong this year.
Joy.
Apart from that, Joy is strong. So, Mr. Joy, the foreign minister.
Yes, Joy, I didn't know.
Okay. Say at these two parties, these two guys, and these two gangs. Omo timi ama Suffrage Abosom party. And they had the third fourth party on 116,000 votes in Ghana. No third party. Can you imagine? The same as their campaign, one they are sorry for. And one year state campaign, Nina no Obubu Ako a Bosom. One in the third fourth party. PPP by Onukra Wanya Suffrage Abosom number because no a Nikromo Ken and Ukra PPP Omudus when ya parliamentary candidate cry M3 one farmer. So if you look at what is happening in Nigeria and what has happened on the continent of Africa in the last 5 years, it's a kind of waves. Ghana must wake up. Look, Ruto of Kenya. He was a vice president who never spoke to his president for almost 4 years. The vice president, now one party. Odinechin. Only Ntima resign, when Ntima retire no. Only court term new year. Share dear Oye Ruto, and I'm referring to Kenyatta. I would Tim Coco far or no opponent. What I say? Or go find the opponent, I call supporting the party, so on party, or do suye. Zambia president. He was not politically attached to any of the Lusaka Zambian old political class, Kaundamo party. No. Or buy or winning hands down. Mozambique leader or winning Malawi guy, prophet, your friends, the pastor, he won.
From Ghana, somebody can spring from nowhere and come and win.
That
Ghana,
is what.
One person I was seeing say Nkonya politically attached and could be to me. I put that surprise probably a Canadian Japan. Unfortunately, he is also taking that political way. You know, we are not sure. Say be or best spring it out.
So when you primaries now, in an unfortunate situations when you primaries now, I think sir we could be looking out to that.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm not speaking for Ken.
Okay.
But you guys say, and then I'm making analysis be regarding Ken.
Yeah.
I'm saying no time no throw in say obey Ken. That Anna he has not even mentioned. But we're making this kind of comparison, no. Yeah. And to say it be an unlikely event. Say, me political attach, you know me.
Yeah.
But we need a certain class of a new person.
You need an OB in Ghana.
An OB in Ghana to tell MPP and to tell NDC, say enough is enough with those kind of your games, you know. Because Ghana, they know the worst case scenario. And he said, you call Nigeria answer, you better hope. When we say Nigeria, these elections.
Baby, of course, former president Nigeria, Obasanjo make his statement. Utia indirectly, you know, calling for a crank abano yen cancer yen santon for
Obasanjo cannot determine the life of Nigerians anymore. He has had his way as a military leader and had his way as a civilian leader.
And you have any moral right to comment about
you have the right, but you don't incite. Who should talk? Whose money nom the year? PDP. IBB what your Babangida Otimina Onkasa. What is Abdul Salam Akasa? Abdul Salam Onikroma. Wakasa. Onkasa. So you can't be the only former president of Nigeria. We are a statesman in Africa, and I respect him for that. We do a lot of programs. We've slept in a hotel in Radisson Blue in Dakar. He's a nice man that everybody would like to talk to. Obasanjo as a former leader. His likes.
But what is happening?
You don't even, because you see, you carry a weight. But this is a party, you betrayed your own party. So on whose premise are you speaking now?
Also, Kasama Nigeria.
What are you seeking to attract?
Peace.
Boys are uja omuhonyina no shetema omunyina your boys. Atiku was your boy. Obi was your boy. One way or the other. Do you understand me?
If they are all his boys, then he has the right.
Kwankwasu was his boy.
Then he has the right.
And then buy your political parties. And then a vice president, a Atiku, who free power no, who anti-man support Atiku, ko support a Buhari. Like Rawlings giving support, as it has happened also quote in Ghana, throwing support indirectly to His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So he was not supporting NPP, but he was endorsing Nana Addo. So what are you speaking now? What are you talking about now? So Obasanjo there, let Nigerian elite politicians speak on that subject. Because me, my fix you. Yes, Nigeria elections, my fix you. Because as we speak, spokesperson and the most important person, I Atiku camp no. Ghana for some reasons. Atiku spokesperson. Why your videos be cry out and say me mobi. Menene kwa ka ho asem say on cool it down. He was the first person to call off. Unfortunately, he's a young, dynamic, exile leader under Buhari. Meanwhile, he was a Buhari spokesperson. Buhari by government. And maybe his mindset is like some of us. Menene in our platform, our liberation and independence for West Papua. Also ambassador for Middle East. And I also represent the Deputy Forum in Syria, also as an ambassador for the ULMP, recognized by the UK and the other European presidents, forcing independence for West Papua. But Enyama Omoba power no, things started going rough. So he criticized Buhari, a spokesperson, the youth spokesperson, our party nimuno, and Omio imagine so many Jan Kotina Dubai. Untimin Kukroma, the only place all by her, and I Dubai and other places, Yanisha Kenya. Any other places. What I say? And to look at how I am with him and his PDP. Now, as I'm not the Rokovi, when it comes to APC,
Hassan Yarga party, ne counterpart. So Hassan Yarga, they no say APC.
When they Jimmy Kovi, APC no. Ekitiwana Jagaba winning yellow. They are winning parliamentary seat in brother. As I call him, is also like a brother. Our Baha, Meneno, any speaker of Speaker of Parliament. Meneno recently in Chebia, Yako, His Excellency, the Speaker of Paiho. Also APC. So a contest between the two. And when it comes to Obi's camper, my very good friend Chief Uke, and then Antioch, Frank. What is happening in Ghana? What are you people talking about? What are you people saying? They are also my very good friends. But looking at the whole thing, when you set everything aside, now we'll share the results na airbano. Many validation, but say, ya quiet to say, Jagaban is PDP.
Omaya press conference.
It is like that everywhere.
Omar coming together all of a sudden.
It is like that. Politically, it is like that.
Okay.
What it means is that Labour ultimately making higher gains. Counties, states na akano. Now Labour happen to be the second force. Now PDP so making gains steadily. Our states are PDP zone and a PDP station. So omo ko wene all things been ko bia to me gaining margins. No man to me that 25% represent two-thirds of Nigeria in dynamics. It's not about the numbers. Say Ghana 50% surplus. How you cross in Yamano. And Koya Nubia. Do you know what is going to happen? What is going to happen is they will evaluate and look at the strength of Obi and Ati. Neke says Obi stepo Babadati. And Obi wouldn't like to do that.
Okay.
What a damn gentle. The Bayani said Nigeria system no. Kobaso umba when you umba to no much ministerial. So now to sit as the godfather of the two parties. Now mun share and shift wealth no mun inanche. Portfolios no. Senate and the APC a yibefa their friend is saying, how do we call it? Ojis Okalo obefa. In any case, you know the economy was bad. So if you wanted to change your currency, and yet time I feel say I'm for hiti naira good them sikelu good basket him yeah too good not suddenly abrupt end what close to bank not accepting and not releasing. Now I open only the 200 notes and 2,000 to hell with you. Nigeria politician be answer 20 naira, 50, 500 naira, 1,000. Into a bastardize 1,000 notes. So how would you suddenly crash your own economy like that, or in the good name? And tell no who time or timid because beginning no. Na say even those who are not na or APC no are somehow indirectly he would have preferred say beer and katiku into when nastelano power and remaining north. Yeah. But for whichever way a turning around now, as I say no, Baba, you can't do that. Enti declaration in there. Ebeye dimpa my professor Mahmoud. Ebeye very difficult thing for Professor Mahmoud. Say obekwa akoda pa no obebre because we declare we are yenim the boom in Lagos State. That is the fear. Because Lagos State, you know, allow for any troubles because APC and I say suspectedly, you know, other places, you know, you did HSA electoral officers, you know, ya can be a shedan pa na one only innocent keke one do electoral officer. Ya didn't to down pan ye guano. Ne born in the same. You see, those excesses in Africa, LMP said, Nigeria is supposed to lead the way. But now I was expecting, say, they would have used these particular elections, whereas the whole tribal setting was represented across board, both vice president and presidential candidates. And can Nigeria to mean calmness? At the election way, now come out a credible presidential material. Now on step out. Said this time from now on, Africa, this is the way we are all going. Now come so issue authority and stamp on authority to make African work when it comes to elections. But what is it? Now, election Nigeria.
Yeah, they were a corner and a bad thing so met me.
Yeah, Professor Mashud cannot do that. It will be a difficult scenario for him to do that because he's also from the north. And if the northerners also believes that Oma to APC, which are elections in at the problem, Baba. Because so Ochama, now no PDP Labour Omobako 2. There's no way APC can survive. Next, the purpose of cancelling the election is to allow APC and Labour to win. And the APC would also say no, we will not agree. We've won the BIFA. It will declare hit now. A honor now how to handle. Because we are to mean the outbursts and the excesses.
Because we share elections now, Nkasa, Obia, you can name not the plaster.
No.
And you could see the youth, you know, Bia, Ukraine phone or record, enter into the cameras.
And I'm sure say cancel election we are. It will be a big problem for Nigeria. What is them or cancel the excesses of it, you know, a very big. But now not to funny react yes, Washa. Reactions in eastern and then western, and then south and south. Northerners, you know, I come. But say touch election no cancellation no. Let's say north ones we feel said they voted APC because of Shetema and Buhari outgoing no. What does it? Next, one people feel say they are the same franchise.
Oko video be about out and north ones. So you see the entire mo yedi no. Who say nipa be a true. Ballot papers no.
Jagaban choice of Shettima no was very accurate because the North also needs peace, and the man is also not having any problem. He's not different from also your friend is saying Dati Baba Ahmed Yusuf. Also a very calm person. Only the infants and the papa. Entino, he is also a well respected. So we can't in Dinda, but a quiet say na President Rollins. intina Kenya bad. But the reality of the matter intina Kenya bad. But the reality of the matter here is that so torture cancellation or trigger the action to cancel the elections now. You name the PDP strongholds, best started so more yet. Then you name the APC strongholds. And no need a problem just APC strongholds, not on the Dawson. But so far, Monkasai. And Omsun himself so challenge in him alliance. Like I said, Omo Batagati a beginsem.
A declare a problem.
Or declare is already declared at midnight to be other. No declare now their channel pa. When Nigeria for that, you cannot control how they will act.
Yes.
And Yamfa Nyame and Empire Bon Techi. A business I know declare. The one thing that I know for sure say they are tired. Between the elite and the middle no. Meaning say businessmen and women regardless of the hiano. Scafu about Nigeria also. What does it? And when those days na omu nimska no nima dear feno. And tina bibiaba omu DH, the military could easily take the people for a ride. But now no, they've understood the local politics and election and democracy. And into military into me acting. But when they allow the situation, say I bastardized there, now jeopardized there. Nigerian diaspora is not the Hausa. Nigerian diaspora is Igbo. And the Obi's support comes from Nigerian diaspora. They have given him money. And you don't be surprised. Say we call Lagos, we call Abidjan, and also call Ghana, Accra, and now call Togo, baby Abishia, Obia, a route for Obino. It's because the Nigerian population outside, you call them say, Omu work and I say, Omu travelers like us, and Omu hustlers, and they are all Igbos. That explains why. But what the dynamics now? And to say Nipano or granted sa interview now. Or when his picture, no busan and patch, which part of Nigerian no catches say, or free eats, and I say, or a south, and a south, the Delta Belt, the Akwa Ibom, and all that. It's a fine country. I wouldn't like Nigeria to taste what they've been through before, the agony, and then also the destruction. Because Omi beyond, outrageous, mannerless. That is the thing now, because. A crown alaya boys in a dozen. Street gangs in a dozen. What I done say? And interesting case.
You ever try declaration on a year the aftermath on the ABC no Hong Kong, but prediction is after declaration. What do
happen? I'm just only looking at per resource of what is coming in. I am not because. I'm very attached to all the three frontiers because we social media be an the number of workers have predicted say we are winning. Laji, what I say? Asuwaju, he looks like winning. However, there's a high possibility say Ombe we other 10 or 11.